Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie. Folks, Poppy's picks. I had it as Ortega. I thought he was going to submit him late, but he won the decision. That spinning elbow changed the course of the fight. Korean Zombie was rocked. They kissed and made up after the fight. You love to see it. What I don't love to see is Brian Ortega without hair. However, it was for a good cause. He's going to grow it back. And that's it. I just want his hair grown back. Volkanovski versus Ortega. Maybe they were holding out hope that Brian Ortega just smashed Korean Zombie and he was healthy enough to fight December 12th and fight Volkanovski in the main event of that show. But I don't think it's going to happen. That fight will happen later next year. And great fight altogether. As for Korean Zombie, does he fight Max Holloway? That's a fight I've always wanted to see, is the Korean Zombie versus Max Holloway. Maybe that's the fight you make and you do Ortega Volkanovski. What do you think means that, Green?
That fight, yeah, wow, that main event was just ridiculous. So first and second rounds, Ortega drops Korean Zombie. Stand-up game, he's had 2 years off. Amazing, 2 years off. Last fight against Holloway in the title fight, of course, he came up short. End of the fourth round TKO, sorry. The stand-up wasn't quite as up to par with Holloway's, but what, my gosh, it has always been there, his stand-up. And I think it's a massively criminally underrated part of his game. We saw it in that fight, dominating as well as in the clinch, the wrestling. He just had it. He was just on point from just like that, from the get-go, dropping in, as I said, in rounds 1 and 2. I think it was an overhand in the first round, that amazingly timed spinning elbow in the second. Yes. Set the course of the fight. The only person that Ortega can fight now was Volkanovski again. That's the next fight for him. He's coming off a win. Looking at the featherweight
again,
division,
Ortega and Volkanovski fought already?
No, sorry, I meant I don't know, brain's gone a bit. But I meant they're both coming off a win. You can't really do Holloway Volkanovski again for the third time. The fight's already justified. Whether Holloway arguably won or not, you just can't. No one really wants to see that.
It's a stale trilogy. It's like Wilder Fury. It's like, let's see something else, and then we can always get it. We can always have that fight again.
Yeah, no, but I think it's definitely going to be Ortega fighting again for the title. I think he's shown why it should be. I think Holloway's in a bit of limbo right now. Can't fight Volkanovski. Can he really fight Korean Zombie, who's coming off a loss? Surely you need to fight someone who's got momentum right now, coming off a win. Mm-hmm. I've always said, and I know you don't agree with it, but I think he should fight Calvin Kattar. I know it's a bit of a jump in the rankings, but he's down to fight coming off a win, I think. I think that'd be a great stand-up fight and look good for Holloway and look good for Kattar as well. So, yeah, it's exciting for the division, much like bantamweight. So I'm going to look forward to see what happens there with that.